How are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Great. My heart is beating really fast. Oh, God. You know, normally the stuff that I do needs to be edited. But this is a family-oriented area.
There you go.
So we must respect that. All right. This is a poem. It's called Ready. I've only read it once. When you have issues in your life, we all need healing. Poetry is my healing.
Yes.
And I appreciate you listening and being here with me to just share it with me. You know. Okay. Let's go. Can you okay. They say with time all wounds heal. And though many might think it's real, that if I provide a sufficient amount of patience and simply go on living my life, Father Time will make me a fair deal. But does that happen for everyone? Does he do that for everyone? Or just for those who believe and because their wounds have been healed, the same will also go for me? Expecting that stitching my wounds closed with cheap thread like proverbs will set me free from inner pains and dirty stains that can't be cleaned, only revealed for me to see. No. Father Time failed me. And unfortunately, I failed her, this beautiful girl. You would have loved her, my soulmate, finding it hard to forgive myself, wanting to have a clean slate, but I wasn't there for her because I lacked sense. Submitted to man that stripped her of her innocence, no sign of God's omnipotence. Her life became irrelevant. I left her alone because of my weakness, because of my ignorance, because I just didn't know. Standing by as they gladly took advantage of this princess. Her heart so pure and dense with love, she was tender, she was helpless. Sometimes reminiscing on the past is useless, but her reality was real. She was so clueless. Blamed for an act of sin at the age of 7. Admitted to a crime that she never committed. Sown with lies, the stages of her life were unpurified and quilted, and she found warmth beneath this quilt whenever she was naked. Constant scenarios as she partook in the act of fellatios in a 2-man to a 1 7-year-old girl ratio. As they threatened her life to an abusive father whenever she cried no, she was scared. Never wanted to get caught, for it would have been her fault. She was paralyzed with lies and fear. She was young, and her options of escape were unclear. So she stayed quiet. Submitted each time until she thought she liked it. This was a part of her world now. Tell her anything else, she'll deny it. Treated like a whore, but she only begged for more. She craved for what she was forced upon her. She was dying. Passed back and forth between those titled as family. Then passed to one of their friends, a facade of games in front of her daddy. But chose to stay quiet to the end. Her enemy was her reality. Weekends away from her mother meant being smothered by stepbrothers under sheets and covers. Her private parts discovered and punctured, flesh ruptured. Her insides restructured. She was controlled, damaged was her body, mind, and soul. She died wide awake and didn't even know. All I could have done was watch her cry